semi-finals against Germany. They are mighty opponent. We all know that.
Yeah.
So how's the preparation?
Look, I think we needed to rest properly first. I think yesterday we had a tough game. I think Italy put us to work and we responded really well. I think the girls hopefully had a good sleep, although after a night game that's always a little bit difficult. The goalkeepers just trained and I think we're getting ready. We know Germany well. We played them this summer. We played them in Spain. They're a very good team. They have very good individual players. They have very good individual skill. They defend really well. But I think if we play to our strengths and focus on ourselves, we can also hurt them a little bit.
This is a totally changed the tournament, another tournament. You have played with them earlier, but this time the challenge is quite tough. So, do you think their strength will give you a problem?
Look, everyone, I said this before, there were 8 teams here that wanted to get into the Olympics, and now there's 4 left that have an opportunity, and you see how devastating it was yesterday for the teams that didn't make it, because your dream is crushed, and now we have 4 teams fighting for that opportunity. I think we just have to show up, and I think after that first game against the US where we were not really there or maybe fighting a little bit against ourselves, we were trying really hard. I think we just need to play, and yeah, Germany's good, we know that, we've played them, we've lost. I think, we need to defend really well, and like I said, if we can attack to our strengths and play to our strengths in general, let's see what happens, because it's a hockey game and everyone can win.
Coach, will it be a battle between the forwards of India and the forwards of Germany?
Well, maybe then you can reverse it and say the defenders of Germany and the defenders of India, but look, I think for example, I was really happy with our performance with our defense, both against New Zealand and as well against Italy. I think they did a very good job. Italy was also very good on the ball. But yes, I think if our strikers can play to their strengths, if our defenders can play to their strengths, we will cause some problems for Germany, because I think we have good defenders in a 1v1 and I think we have good attackers with a lot of speed.
साविका, आपसे पूछना चाहेंगे कि जर्मनी के साथ रिसेंटली खेला जैसे कोचिंग आज स्पेन में, उस रिसेंट एनकाउंटर से आप क्या लर्निंग्स लेते हैं और क्या एक्सपीरियंस लेते हैं जो आप कल एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं?
हाँ बिल्कुल, अभी स्पेन में रिसेंटली खेला था और काफ़ी अच्छा मैच था। ये नहीं था कि सिर्फ हम उनको डिफेंस ही कर रहे थे, हमारा भी शॉट ऑन गोल था, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर अटैक था, तो काफ़ी अच्छी हमारी परफॉर्मेंस रही थी उस मैच में। और अभी आज का पूरा दिन है, वही हम देखेंगे कि उसमें हमारा और क्या बेटर हो सकता है। और जैसे कि कोच ने ऑलरेडी बताया कि जर्मनी अच्छी टीम है, तो हमें इंडिविजुअल 1v1 बहुत अच्छा रखना है इन डिफेंस और ग्राउंड, और जो हमारे पास अपॉर्चुनिटी होगी अटैक की, एज ए गोलकीपर मैं अपनी टीम को हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि बहुत अच्छे स्ट्राइकर है, मिड है, कि इवन डिफेंस हर कोई बहुत अच्छा है, बट इंडिविजुअल हमारी टीम में भी काफ़ी अच्छे प्लेयर्स हैं। सिर्फ सेल्फ बिलीव की ज़रूरत है और वो आई थिंक हम मैच बाय मैच टीम के अंदर वो चीज़ आ रही है।
And one question to coach, from a larger perspective, Germany is a team that has an active club culture back home, while India has a more camp-based centralized system. Just from an overall perspective, from a coaching analysis, what are the pros and cons of either having this thriving club culture vis-a-vis a camp first?
Look, I think if you have a very strong competition, what it does is you get a lot of game opportunities, so that the players in Germany have a lot of games in general. First of all, they have a very experienced team here, with a lot of players with over 100 caps, so that played a lot of times internationally. And then you play club hockey, and that means playing games means learning decision making, awareness, and that is always an advantage to a training, because in a training, if you make a mistake, that's fine because there's no consequence. Whereas if you lose on Sunday or on Saturday, whatever day they play, you don't feel so great, because I think from my own experience as well, that has always been the advantage, and that's where Holland and European teams in general with a lot of league hockey have a little bit of an advantage in that game awareness piece.
Coach, if you can say something about the young forward line, because that seems to be the most inexperienced part of our team.
Yeah, look, when Vendana, of course, got injured, we knew that we had to adapt. But if you can see, look, Shami's been around for quite a bit of time. She's young, but she's been around. And I think she's taking that leadership role quite well. But I think that is the strength of this team more than anything. It doesn't really matter if you're young or old. You know, the young girls really want to play well. They're actually pretty self-aware. They're very keen to listen to the senior players who give them advice and encourage them and support them a lot. Like, I think if you look at, you know, their individual performances, yeah, it's a little bit up and down, and that's normal when you're young. But Deepika scoring her stroke yesterday, I think Beauty scoring that goal against New Zealand, Shami causing the stroke, Sangeeta scoring a goal against New Zealand, you know, they all performing pretty well, and not consistently maybe, but I'm not sure I can expect that, and I'm just willing for them to play and to listen well, and they do that really well, I think.
Just wanted to ask, you are talking about consistency. Do you feel consistency is a problem with your team?
Look, I was like, consistency is this enigma. What you have is like very good teams play not very good and they win. You know, that's the strength of the great teams in the world in any sport really. But I do think, you know, where we're getting at is that our how you say, the benchmark is raising. So yeah, we're going here, but we're not going here anymore. So that consistency is not perfect, but we are generally able to stay in the game. Yeah, and look, against US it wasn't going our way, but what I was really happy with, that we kept in the fight, because there's times that we then just, you know, then stop. And we were fighting, and yesterday we didn't have a very good first half, in my opinion, after we scored. And we struggled a little bit with our pressure, we struggled a little bit on the ball. But to be fair to the players, they were trying, and they were basically not playing for an 8, but they were playing for a 6. And yeah, that's consistency as well.
प्रभातखबर.com, विश्वास वही, रफ्तार नहीं.